Hello and welcome to a new RPG example video. Today I'm going to show you an example of how to overload procedures so you'll be able to use the same procedure with different input types or different number of input parameters. Let's go. As you see, I have disabled the cycle for this program. So I have a main procedure named main, and also I have all the three procedures. I'm not going to stop in explaining what they do. I only want you to see that the three procedures have different input parameters. A date, in this case, a time, in this case, and in the last one, I have two parameters. One of them is a no pass parameter. The only thing that they all have is the same output parameter, a bar chart type field. As you see, I'm calling from the main procedure to all the three procedures, and I'm sending the result to the job log with send message. Okay, now let's explain what is overloading a procedure. Imagine that we can call to these three sub-procedures using a single name, for example, format. And imagine that we can call to that procedure with different input parameters. Well, this is overloading a procedure, and it can be done in RPG. Let me show you the same program, but using overload. Okay. Here it is. Well, as you can see, the program is completely the same. The only thing that has changed is that I have declared inside my main procedure a new prototype with the name format with an output parameter with type bar chart and with the option overload, indicating the procedure that format will call in every case. After that, I have changed the calls to the three different procedures to the new procedure format. Okay, let me compile it. And now let's check how it works in the green screen. Okay, let's open a debug session. Let me 49. Okay, let's stop it here and let's call now the program. Okay. Okay, let's see what happens in the first call. I'm calling with a date type parameter. As you see, the compiler has redirected this call to the procedure format date because of the input parameter. Let's see the content of the variable. As you see, it is correct and it is returned to the main procedure. Now if I call again, but with a different parameter, in this case a time, as you see, the compiler in this case has redirected the call to this other procedure, and it will work in the same way as before. Okay. The compiler detects the procedure to be called depending on the input parameters. All this is done in compilation time, and you can see it in the compilation report. Let's see the job log. Here we have the result of every procedure call. It is working fine. Well, what about using this in a service program? Of course, you can do it. Let me show you the source of a module and its prototype. This is the source of the module, and the prototype is in this different. Here it is. Okay, as you see, I have inserted the three procedures inside the module with the export option, and I have created the prototypes here, as you can see. And also, I have declared the overloaded procedure in the same way I did in my program before. Remember that the overloaded procedure does not have definition in the module, just the declaration, so it cannot be exported. So you only can export a procedure with a definition. But when you are compiling the prototypes in your program, you will have the overloaded procedure too. Let me show you also a source of a program that uses the service program. Here it is. As you can see, it is very simple. It is using, in this case, the procedure format, and it is using different input parameters. Let's see how it works in the green screen. Oops, we have to end the debug session before. Okay, let's stop it here again and call it again. As you see, I'm calling to the format procedure with a date as a parameter, and it is calling to the format date procedure. Okay, so it is working fine. If I call with this different input parameter, also it is working fine, and I can see it in my job log again. Okay, I hope you liked this video. Please leave your comments below, and thanks for watching.